All right, so today we're going to get into Dalton's law of partial pressure. So Dalton's law is another one of the gas laws, and it deals with if you have a mixture of gases in a container, the total pressure in the system is equal to the sum of the partial pressures of each gas. So if you have, let's say, 3 gases in a container, you would take the partial pressures of each individual gas, so the pressure that each individual gas is placing on the container, and you're going to add them together, and that will give you the overall pressure, the total pressure. Okay, so here's an example. We're going to do 2 examples. There's really 2 different ways that you can do these kinds of problems. So I'm going to show you both ways. So here's our example. Nitrogen, hydrogen, and oxygen are mixed in a container. Nitrogen and hydrogen both have a partial pressure of 1.5 atm. Oxygen has a partial pressure of 2.5 atm. So what is the total pressure? Okay, so we know that the total pressure, P total, is going to equal the pressure of nitrogen plus the pressure of hydrogen plus the pressure of oxygen, right? And we know that nitrogen and hydrogen both are 1.5, so 1.5 plus 1.5, and we know that oxygen is 2.5, so plus 2.5. So P total is going to equal 1.5 and 1.5 and 2.5. So 1.5 plus 1.5 is 3, plus 2.5, that would be 5.5 atm. So the total pressure is 5.5 atm. Okay, one thing you need to make sure is that you have all of the pressures in the same unit. You can't add atm and kPa, for instance. It's rare that happens. Most of the time you'll be given them all in the same unit, but if it does, you have to convert. Okay. Now here's the other type of problem. So we have hydrogen, fluorine, and neon are in a container. The total pressure in the container is 755 kPa. The partial pressures of fluorine and neon are 150 kPa and 300 kPa respectively. What is the partial pressure of hydrogen in the system? So this time it's P total equals the partial pressure of hydrogen plus the partial pressure of fluorine plus the partial pressure of neon, right? So, and this time they give us the total pressure. So we're given 755, that's the total. The question's asking for what's the partial pressure of hydrogen. We know that the partial pressure of fluorine is 150, and we know that the partial pressure of neon is 300. So they give us these 2 values, they give us the total, and they're asking us to find the partial pressure of one of the component gases. Okay, so how would we do this? Well, now we're going to use our algebra skills. So the first thing I would do is add these together. So that equals 450. So PH2 plus 450 equals 755. So what I would do from this, subtract both sides by 450, so those cancel, and the partial pressure of PH2 is going to equal 305 kPa. So that's how you do that. Pretty straightforward, hopefully pretty simple. You just add up the ones that you have and subtract from the total pressure, or if you're given all the partial pressures, you just add up the partial pressures to get the total. Those are the 2 different ways that you can solve these Dalton's laws problems. Okay? I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions.